Hey guys, Soren here, and today I'm bringing you a gameplay video on Argonne. I am playing as the French Chaucer squad, and I'm using the Muscatoon. So yeah, I decided to start making some gameplay commentary videos. I'll just quickly introduce myself. Some of you might already know me, but I'll do it anyways. My name is Soren. I started playing Verdun about 6 months ago, and I pretty quickly got into the competitive scene. I first played for KHD, or Kind-Hearted Domination, until they disbanded, and then since then I've been playing for Hitman on the North American side. So yeah, I decided to start making some gameplay videos, mainly because there's not really any sort of replay system in Verdun. You know, a lot of competitive games, they have these replay systems where you can go back and rewatch your games, you know, give yourself some sort of critical analysis, figure out what you did wrong, what you did right, but there's nothing like that in Verdun, so I figured I can record my games, I can talk about them here, it'll give me a good avenue to, you know, discuss tactics and decision-making and that sort of thing with you guys, and, you know, maybe we can all get better at the game. You guys can give me some tips, I can give you some tips. It'll be a good way to, you know, study the game and maybe improve some of our knowledge. So I'm playing on the Entente side, as I previously mentioned. We are starting out defending this trench. I get a little bit confused here as to which team I'm on. That happens sometimes, so I think these guys get a quick pick. Have to reload. But yeah, this game, there's some good players on the other team. There's some Pirates players, there's some KK players, you know. These are good competitive clans. And I think on my team, there's really mostly just pub players. Nothing, no one that I would recognize as being a good player. I'm sure there's some decent players on my team, but no one that, you know, I recognize from the community. So yeah, I might be at a bit of a disadvantage for my team because of that. I said at the beginning that I was playing the costume, but it seems like my team decided halfway through to switch squad to the normal Polish squad, so I have some grenades now. I'm going to be testing those out. I decided to peek this guy from above because he's obviously pre-aiming below. I probably shouldn't have dropped down there because I get traded by his teammates, which is not good. I probably could have killed one or two of them if I had stayed on the top of the trench there instead of dropping down when I killed that guy. I'm going to throw some grenades over there, though, because I know that that's where the enemy is. I'm going to come over here to this little outcropping because it's a pretty good spot to shoot people from. See that guy? Kill him. I'm looking over there because I know that our team has lost control of that side of the map. I'm going to throw some more grenades because I'm getting shot at from that direction. But I spot the guy before the grenade explodes and kill him with my gunshot. So I'm running down here, and this guy comes up to me, and I actually melee him. You know, there's been some changes in the melee system recently. They used to have this, like, lock-on system with the bayonet that would kind of lock onto people. I'm not really sure if you had it with the normal melee. It didn't really seem like you did. But you might have had it a little bit, but it's 100% gone now with both the bayonet and the normal melee. And I'm not sure if I like it more or not. I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on it, because with the new changes, it seems like bayonets aren't as strong as they were, and that sometimes, if you don't have a bayonet, you can beat someone with a bayonet in melee. Because they don't have that lock-on ability, they don't have that advantage that they had before. Obviously, overall, melee has never been very strong in this game. Even with the lock-on ability, sometimes you just lock onto mid-air and you wouldn't hit the enemy. But sometimes you have to use it as a last resort. I would recommend almost never meleeing unless you're out of ammo. Like, that's pretty much the sole moment where you would want to melee. Especially with, like, these French guns, the no-scope is very, very strong. And it's pretty good with the carabiner as well. So, yeah. So I spawn here, and I'm throwing this grenade. This grenade, I believe, actually gets me some pretty decent kills. Yeah, it gets me 3 kills, which is pretty good. Grenades are not actually something I'm very adept with, primarily because when we play competitively, we don't use grenades that much, because we usually run 2 recon squads, at least in my team. But it's good to practice grenades. In fact, I'd say that Argonne is one of the few maps where you could probably warrant running, say, a gas squad, and hence you would have grenades, at least in a competitive setting. Obviously, I don't know if in a non-competitive setting for recon really makes sense. I mean, recon is probably the strongest squad, but if you have 4 squads, you might as well run 1 or 2 with grenades. But in competitive, we don't really use those squads very much. So I played on the top of the hill there. It's a pretty good spot. It's not really a hill, I guess. It's actually more of like just the top of the trench. But it's a good spot. You can see across the map. It's a good spot to lob grenades from. I like it. And a couple of my clanmates also like to play from that spot. I think it's a pretty common spot for more experienced players to use. But if you've never used it, you should try it out. I actually go back here when I probably shouldn't. I go here because it's a good spot. But I shouldn't go here the second time when I respawn, because the enemy has already picked me when I was playing here, which means they know I'm here and they're going to be looking for me again. So I should probably go to some other spot to throw them off, but I go back to the same spot, so that's a bit of a mistake that I make. So I respawn. It's a big respawn wave. This time I respawn on the right side. I'm gonna go up this little trench here. This is the main trench I like to go up when I'm attacking from the right side. Primarily because I don't like to fight on the far right, because I like to get control of this middle area, because you can, from this middle area, you can really control the flanks. This is a map where it's very tight. It's very claustrophobic, if you will, and very narrow. So by controlling the middle, you can control both of the flanks really easily. Obviously, controlling the flanks is important as well, but I find that that's where, the general populace, the more public players, tend to go to those flanks naturally. So as someone who's, thinking more about my game, I like to go towards the middle, because most people are going towards the flanks naturally, and I can try and control the middle and prevent, I feel like the breakthroughs happen a lot in the middle, and if you watch this game, they actually do mostly happen in the middle, because there's not a lot of players on my team going there. So you can see the power of the French no-scopes there. They're just ridiculous. Like, especially with the Muscatoon, but obviously with the Lebel and the Berthier as well. It's just, they're very strong. So here I shoot that guy, but unfortunately that little bit of wood is sticking out and kind of... It's a weird bit of wood sticking out there. I wish the devs would remove it. It's actually kind of annoying. Makes fights at that angle kind of awkward. So I go to this middle and you'll see that I'm shooting people on the flanks like I mentioned earlier. Fortunately that guy with the pistol beats me to it. So I respawn again on the right side. I'm going to run up. I think I'm going to throw some grenades into the far right here, because I know that there's some guys there. I saw them running there. I didn't get everyone, so I know that there's a couple guys over there. But I don't think I get anything with those grenades. So I'm going to go back to the middle. Oh, never mind. I decide not to go back to the middle. Looks like there's a couple of my teammates going there, so that's fine. I see this guy. I get him the second time. I wasn't anticipating him the first time, but I got him the second. I'm not sure, I hesitated there a little bit. Didn't run forward. Checking out this area. Looks like my team has decent control of the trench, except for the far left side. So I should probably look over there in a second. Yeah, looks like I'm going to go over there. See if I can pick some guys going into that section of the trench. So far unsuccessful, unfortunately. I'm also looking for people on the other side. I'm not really seeing much from this position, so I decided to run here, because I think there's some guys in this trench, and there's 2 of them. I killed 2 of them. There was actually, unfortunately, one behind me who killed me. This is a mistake that I think I made here. I think I should have looked behind me first, towards the section where they were coming in, because the guys who were already in were looking towards the trench. And I could have killed the guys who would be looking towards me first, and then kill the guys who are looking away from me. So that's a mistake that I made, and it's something that I can improve at. So I'm going to go back to this spot, because it's pretty good. I'm going to throw some grenades in there, because I know that there's a guy camping there, because he just killed me. I'm also going to throw some grenades over there to what we call tunnel on my team. And I get a couple kills with those grenades. This is just a good spot to pick people from. You can throw grenades into there, you can throw grenades into tunnel. It's just a good spot to play from in general. I play from this spot a lot, actually, especially in pubs. It's not as good in a comp game because, people are going to check it more. But I find in pubs it's not checked that often. But the enemy team has a mid-spawn and they push me hard, so I die. I probably could have fell back there while I was reloading instead of staying in that spot, and I might have been able to stay alive and kill a couple more guys. I probably would have died anyways, but at least I could have gotten some more trades. So I respawn here, and I go back to the middle. I throw some grenades down there because I know that those guys are down there. They just killed me. And I throw a grenade immediately over this corner. Turns out there's two guys there. They already pushed up, so my early grenades aren't as effective as I thought they would be. They only killed one guy. There's some gas here, so I'm hesitant to push deeper in, so I decide to just play from this angle, and I get pushed by 3 guys and die. I probably could have killed one guy there if my aim was a little bit better, but that's about as good as I can do. Spawn, I throw a grenade where I know those 3 guys were. I also start throwing grenades over here, which is not the best. I mean, my teammates are assaulting that side. It would probably be better for me to throw grenades the other way. I spawn here, decide to peek over the trench because my teammates are distracting them. I get 2 kills, and then I kind of flank out further here. I kill that one guy, and then I have a no-scope battle with this guy for a while. You know, I say no-scopes are good, but they're still somewhat random, and if you're against another good player, you're kind of screwed. I got stuck in that barbed wire. I tried to retreat, but he had a teammate in that cubby, and he killed me. So I respawn, run straight down the middle. Start lobbing some nades. I think I'm going to play from this upper section again. Again, a good section, and I haven't played it in a while, so it's not like I'm going to get distracted. I throw some nades down finger, because I know that's where the enemies is coming from, and I get a quad kill for my effort, which is pretty good. So I decided to start picking some people. This is a good spot to pick people from. Unfortunately, it is a little bit exposed to artillery. As you just saw, I got taken out by an artillery barrage, which is unfortunate. But that's one of the risks of playing on top of trenches, is you have less cover from artillery. I go back because I wasn't picked by anyone, I wasn't spotted, so I can keep playing in the same spot. If I had been picked, probably wouldn't be a good idea to go back. But since I wasn't picked, that's fine, I can keep playing from there. I had to push down in the middle because I see that their enemy has some presence there. I get an assist on that guy. And I see 3 guys here. They shoot at me, I have to reload. And I peek back out, but unfortunately they beat me in the gunfight. That's a gunfight where I probably should have been able to kill one. I'm not sure if I should have re-peeked. Maybe I should have played a more defensive, but I tend to be pretty aggressive. My role in my team is usually to try and clear out trenches. My other teammates are, you know, picking or spawning people. I'm one of the more aggressive players who's always pushing stuff. So I tend to do that in pubs, even when it's sometimes not necessarily the correct decision, and that's one of the things I need to maybe temper myself with, is figure out, you know, to be a little bit more patient with my clearing of trenches. Especially when I know that there's 3 guys around the corner, not to peek it. And unfortunately there's gas. You can see we're actually capping the trench. The game is close to being a tie, but it's not yet. Score is 2-3. We've pretty much been fighting in this one trench the entire game. It's nearly over. It doesn't look like we have enough time to cap the trench, unfortunately. I'm still trying my best. I don't really pay much attention to the timer when I'm playing the game. I'm too focused on the game, so I start trying to pick some people. And I pick this guy right as the game ends. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I think there should be more people doing YouTube content for Verdun. It's such a great game. So, you know, I decided to start doing it myself. And, you know, if there's any feedback you guys have, if there's any types of videos you'd like to see, would you like to see tutorials, would you like to see montages, would you like to see map overviews, you know, call out maps, call out discussion, tactics discussion, whatever you guys want, just let me know, and I'll make some videos about it, because I'm super excited about making videos for this game. You know, there's not a lot of people doing it, as I said before. And I like this game so much. I think it has so much competitive potential. And, well, thank you guys for watching. I've said it too many times already, but thanks.